Hello cruise fam, this is Ashley from Cruising on a Budget, and today I'm going to bring you 20 tips and tricks for cruising on Carnival Cruise Line that I have learned over the past year. I have cruised on 7 Carnival cruises in the last 14 months. I will share in another video how I did that, but again, I just want to share with you some tips and tricks that I have learned. So tip number 1 is when you get into your stateroom, your room steward will usually knock on the door, ask you how you are, learn your name, ask if you need anything. Always ask for the blue fuzzy blanket. Carnival Cruise Lines have excellent pillows, blankets, mattresses, all of that. But these blue fuzzy blankets are great. They are queen size. They are the really soft, snuggly ones that you can get at home. They're a dark navy blue color, and a lot of people don't know that they have these. So definitely ask your room steward for one of those. Tip number 2. Opt for a cash account instead of a credit account when cruising with Carnival Cruise Lines. A cash account is great. Basically, when you go to check in for your cruise 14 days prior, it will ask you if you want to open a cash account or a credit account. So a credit account obviously links your credit card or debit card, which really isn't recommended in my opinion. But with that credit card, they place holds on your credit card throughout the cruise to make sure that obviously you have enough money. With a cash account, they don't do that. You literally just hit cash account when you're checking in, and then when you get on board the cruise ship, you can either go to a kiosk or you can go to guest services and add however much cash you want to add. And you can do this numerous times throughout the cruise, and there is no minimum. So if you're like me and spend under $100 throughout your cruise normally, then this is a good option. It's also a good option if you just don't want to have a lot of holds placed on your account. I absolutely highly suggest using a cash account. My third tip is to purchase some magnetic hooks off of Amazon. I will link the ones that I use in the description, but the reason that these are so great is because they are very small, they don't take up a lot of room in your luggage, and you can literally hang anything on them because the walls in your cabin are magnetic. So I use mine to hang my hats, my wet swimsuits. I've even used it to hang the blue carnival towels that they give. They are just excellent to hang anything that needs to be hung. I hang my lanyards on them. I also did a short video about the things that I do hang on them and why I think they're great. So I will also link that in the description below, but definitely get you some magnetic hooks. Tip number 4, a lot of people do not know this, but you do not need a passport to go on a cruise. I didn't even know this. You only need a passport if you are getting on a cruise from the US or internationally and you are not coming back to the US. But if you are doing a closed loop cruise, meaning you're cruising from Florida and coming back to Florida, or from Baltimore and coming back to Baltimore, you do not need a passport. A birth certificate and an ID is just enough. The reason passports are recommended though, because if there is a medical emergency and say you're in the Caribbean or you're in Mexico, they will require you to have a passport to fly home. So that is one of the reasons many recommend a passport. However, like I said, it is not required. Tip number 5 is bring a crossbody bag with you. I have one that I got from Adidas outlet many years ago. It's pretty small, probably about 8 inches by 8 inches, and it just crosses over my body here. And the pouch is in the front, kind of where my stomach is. And the reason that this is so great is because when you're waiting in your lines to check in on embarkation day, I put my documents right in there. They are very easy for me to grab when they are in the front of my body. I don't have to worry about them being in my pockets or my hands and fiddling around with them. I literally put my phone and my documents and my important cards right there. I highly recommend this. I do it for every single cruise. I found it to be so easy, and then I also use it throughout the cruise. Tip number 6, and I always tend to forget this one, is to bring a hoodie, a sweatshirt, a cardigan, something that will keep you a little bit warmer. Bring that with you, because while it's very hot when you're in the Bahamas, in the Caribbean, in Mexico, it does get cold out on the Lido deck at nighttime. So you will want something to just cover up, keep you a little bit warmer, especially when it's really windy. I highly suggest bringing something like this with you. Tip number 7, and this is a very important one. On embarkation days, when you get on the cruise ship, the elevators are going to be insane. Everybody is trying to go up, down, all around, going to their cabins, and then staff, or crew, I should say, shuts down a lot of the elevators to get luggage to your room. My tip is to take the elevators all the way in the forward or aft and get on any elevator that's open. It doesn't matter if it's going up, if it's going down, it doesn't matter. Just get on the elevator, press your button. If you need to go up, it might take you down. That's fine. Go down a few flights and then it's going to take you back up. This will save you a ridiculous amount of time, especially on a cruise ship like Mardi Gras. That was a major issue. People were waiting 30-40 minutes instead of just getting on any open elevator. So please remember this tip next time you're on a cruise. Hop on whatever elevator you can, and I promise it will save you time. Tip number 8, and I'm sure a lot of people already do this, but I figured I would share anyway. Medication that you might need that you take daily, make sure to pack that in your carry-on bag or your backpack or your purse, whatever is actually coming on the ship with you. And reason being is, in very few instances, luggage gets lost. A lot of times they end up finding it, but not till the next day. It will be down near guest services for you. Anything could happen, and you really do not want to be without your medication. So please just keep that with you in whatever bag you do carry on. Tip number 9 is about checking in. Most people check in for their Carnival cruise 14 days prior to the cruise. A lot of people opt to do this as soon as midnight hits so they can try to get the earliest check-on time possible. There is a trick to this though. When you go to check in, just keep hitting the skip button until you get to the check-in time. Do not fill out all your information. You can go back at any time and do that. The tip is just keep hitting skip. It will be, I'd say, about 5 or 6 questions before it gets you to that check-in time. If you do it this way, it will literally only take you 10 seconds to get there. And if you check in right at midnight, you should get one of the first available check-in times. Tip number 10 is make sure you're bringing the soda and the wine that you're allowed. I know for Carnival Cruise, you're allowed to bring one 12-pack of soda. I've also brought a box of Capri Sun when I cruise with my children. It just cannot be any bottles, but just make sure you do this. If you have the Cheers package, obviously you do not need to, but if you do not have the Cheers package, this is really helpful. And to add on to this tip, when you are at port, you are allowed to go to a store, grab another 12-pack of soda, and bring that back on board with you. So I know when I was in Mexico, there's a Walgreens. In San Juan, there was a Walgreens, a CVS, a couple different stores. I could have went in there, purchased a 12-pack of soda, and brought that back onto the cruise ship with me. So if you're not getting Cheers, this is definitely important. This will help you save money while on board if you do like to drink soda. Tip number 11 is that you are allowed to bring prepackaged snacks with you. I have read that it's best to keep them in your carry-on luggage. I know some people do put them in their checked luggage that they give to the porters. It just really depends, but just so you know, you are allowed to do this, especially if you have little ones. This is really, really helpful. I know a pack of Pringles in the gift shops is probably like $6 or $7. There is a candy shop. It is kind of pricey. I opt to just go to Walmart, buy a couple snacks, a box of Cheez-Its, a little bag of candy, and keep that for the cruise, especially when I'm cruising with my kids. All right, we're already at tip number 12. Tip number 12 is when you check in for your cruise, your Carnival cruise, it will have you print luggage tags. print extra of these luggage tags that you can put inside of your luggage, just in case the outside one gets ripped off and there's luggage sitting at guest services and they don't know whose it is. But also, take a photo of your luggage tag. You can make it your phone screensaver, so that way if you lose your phone, it is a very easy way for somebody that happens to find your phone, they know where to get the phone to then. This is an excellent thing to do, so make sure you definitely do this, because trust me, I have lost my phone numerous times while cruising, yet I've never lost it once while not cruising. So tip number 13, this is kind of a funny one, but a lot of people in Cruising on a Budget group have actually done this and they've told me that they love it. This is bring a tray with you. Carnival Cruise Lines no more gives people trays. You have to carry your plate, carry your drink, carry numerous plates if you have kids. So what I did is I went to Hobby Lobby and got a tray. And I bring that with me every time I'm on Lido at lunchtime and I need to get food for me and my kids. It makes it way easier. The other option, if you do not want to purchase one, is by calling guest services in the morning and you can order food and they deliver it on a tray. So the thing with these trays are that they are very big and they are a lot heavier. I personally did not want a big one, just enough to get me and one of my children food, because I usually cruise with one of them at a time. And I also didn't want anything too heavy because sometimes I get in the elevator and then I walk up to my room. I just wanted something lightweight. I will link one that I really like from Amazon in the description below. But yes, definitely make sure you get a tray, especially if you have kids. They take up no room in your luggage and it's really easy this way. Tip number 14 is join your Facebook's sailing group. The way to do this is you just go on Facebook and in the search bar type in the cruise line that you're using, so Carnival, the cruise ship, so for instance Magic, and then the date that your cruise is. So my last cruise was June 14th. When you put that in, it will show a group for your specific sailing. And the reason I suggest this is because not only can you kind of make friends and acquaintances before your actual cruise, but while on board, a lot of people who have Wi-Fi share a lot of knowledgeable information, such as things that are going on. And even it's a great way, say you forget Band-Aids or you really, need shampoo because you forgot it. You could ask your friends in the group and a lot of times people will help you. I always join my sailings group, and if there is not one, feel free to make one and people will search and join. And I really think that this is a great way to make connections before you even get on the ship. Tip number 15 is download the Carnival Hub app before you sail away. I recently made this mistake on my last cruise. My daughter brought her tablet and I did not download the Hub app before we sailed away. Carnival said that there is a way that they can do it, but for whatever reason it was not working on my daughter's tablet because there was some type of block or permissions or whatever. So just save yourself the time and the energy, download the Carnival Hub app before you sail away, because it really is a lifeline to everything that's going on for the cruise. Tip number 16 is bring an old tablet or a phone for your child if they do not already have one. The reason that I suggest this is because if your child goes to camp and they have an old tablet or a phone, you can connect them to the Hub app and buy the $5 chat feature. It's $5 for the whole cruise, and what I would do is I would download it on my child's device. I would pay for the $5 chat feature, so I'm able to get in touch with them whenever I need to. I would often text my son or my daughters, hey, are you ready to leave camp yet? Hey, are you ready to go to lunch with me? And they were able to respond back very easily. I know at Camp Ocean, if your child has an allergy or something of the sort, they give you a phone, but if not, this is definitely a very good alternative. Tip number 17 is to make sure you bring a lanyard with you or a sail and sign card bracelet. I've always preferred a lanyard. Nothing around my neck really bothers me, but I like to put cruising keychains on it that I have collected. And then it also holds your sail and sign card, which is kind of your card to get into your cabin, to purchase your drinks, pretty much to buy anything. So it's important for you to have that pretty much at all times throughout the cruise. The only thing I didn't like about it was when I wanted to swim, I didn't want to bring that in the ocean with me. I designed myself some sail and sign card bracelets that are waterproof. They just go around my wrist and my card hangs off of it. And I can wear that into the ocean or into the pool, no issues at all. I will post a link to my Etsy if you're looking into getting one of those instead of using a lanyard, but both of them are excellent to have, and I would highly suggest using at least one of them, because if you don't, the odds of you losing your card is pretty high. You can still go to guest services and get a new one, but that's kind of a pain sometimes. So just purchase yourself a lanyard. They have them on Amazon. You can even get them at the Dollar Tree, or grab a sail and sign card bracelet from me. Either way, a really good tip. Tip number 17 is to bring some type of tumbler with you. I prefer ones that are metal inside. They're insulated, ones that have a handle. I also like ones that have a straw. Everybody has their own preferences. I personally bring one that is insulated with metal because I use it to get coffee in the morning, because the coffee cups are kind of small and I like a lot of coffee. I'm a big coffee drinker. Or I want my water to be really, really cold throughout the day. So I can use it for either or. Carnival obviously provides cups for everything you need, but they're pretty small, you know, about this big, I'd say. Yeah, so just grab a tumbler, bring it with you, carry it everywhere around with you. You can even get your name on it so that it doesn't get misplaced as well. Tip number 19 is when cruising with Carnival on embarkation day, which is the day you get on the ship, at lunchtime up on the Lido deck where the buffet is, there will be a huge section that's for cakes and such. They have a special cheesecake on this first day. I call it Funfetti Cheesecake. I know other people have called it unicorn cheesecake, but a lot of people love this cheesecake, and this is the only day that you will be able to get it throughout your whole cruise. So make sure when you get on the ship and you go to get something to eat, check out the cake area and try this cake. Let me know what you think. Tip number 20 is tea time. Many people do not know that there is tea time on Carnival Cruise. It's normally on sea days, and it's usually between the hours of 3 to 4 p.m. You will be able to find it on your Hub app the specific days under food and drinks. But usually what you do is you just kind of walk to the main dining room. They seat you, they give you a teapot full of water, they allow you to pick your teas, and they have a huge variety of desserts and little sandwiches that come around. And this is free, guys. The great part about tea time is it's also right in between that lunch and dinner time. So if you're feeling a little bit hungry before dinner, this is a really, really good option. It's very quiet, it's very relaxing, it's just something nice and simple and fun to do. Okay, so I know I said I was going to bring you 20 tips and tricks, but I actually have 3 more to share. So let's get on with number 21. Tip number 21. I'm sure you all know that Carnival offers a lot of specialty dining options, and they do cost an additional charge. However, did you know that during lunchtime they offer free lunch? I know that I went to Cucina del Capitano on my last cruise, which was on the Magic, and they have a form that you can fill out to choose what kind of pasta you like, what kind of sauce you like. They offered breads and salads, and this is free, guys, no charge at all. So if you don't want to eat at Guy's Burgers or get tacos at Blue Iguana or eat at Lido, check out the specialty dining restaurants and see what they offer for lunch. This is another great option. Tip number 22. If you really like bingo, this is a really good one for you. Bingo on Carnival Cruise Lines can be kind of pricey. I believe the highest package is $48. My tip to you: play Deal or No Deal before you play bingo. And the reason I say this is because when you play Deal or No Deal, If you get 2 matches on your Deal or No Deal cards, you win a free bingo package. So if you play Deal or No Deal, which is usually in the middle of the cruise, and you end up winning a free bingo package, then there's no need for you to buy a bingo package. If you play Deal or No Deal and you do not win a free bingo package, then you know, okay, it makes sense for me to buy a bingo package if you want to play bingo. Usually it is for the last night that they have bingo that the free bingo package is good for, but it does vary cruise to cruise. If you guys are totally clueless on what I'm talking about, all this Deal or No Deal and 2 matches and cards and whatnot, check out the Deal or No Deal video I made. I'm going to link it down below in the description. And one of my old cruise directors in the video describes exactly how to play. For Deal or No Deal, you can get 3 cards for $50. You can get 1 card, I believe, for $25, 2 cards for $40, and like I said, 3 cards for $50. So instead of playing both, try your odds at Deal or No Deal first. See if you can win that free bingo package before paying for it. And tip number 23, thank you for watching them all. This tip is to check the Hub app and see when the Fun Ashore, Fun Aboard show is. And what that is, it's a show that your cruise director will host, and they tell you all about the ports that you're going to. They tell you about the excursions that you can take. But the cool thing about this is they do giveaways. They give away bottles of wine. They give away arcade credits. They give away spa credits. They give away excursions. You get a little raffle ticket when you walk in. And I actually did win this before. I can't believe it. I'm going to insert a clip for you guys after this. But I did win an excursion. Sadly, that port got canceled because we were going through a hurricane. And they offered me a different one in Nassau, which I was not able to go to for personal reasons. But yeah, definitely go to that show because there are many opportunities to win some fun stuff. And that's another free way to get some great things like an excursion. Who wouldn't want a free excursion, you know? So anyway, thank you guys for watching this. Share in the comment if any of these tips helped you guys. And add your own tips if you want, you know, for other people to read. Thank you so much.
Numbers 1, 3, 3, 0, 9, 0. 3. That's you. Yes. Celebrate. Stop. You were in pain. Yeah, but you have to be excited, and then you have to run. It's the whole running part, okay? Yeah, I'm ready. Are you ready? All right. Here we go. 1, 3, 3, 0, 9, 3. Yeah, she's excited. Come on, running. Keep the applause going until she gets here. She's running like a majestic gazelle. Yes, beautiful, fantastic. And she's getting a moron applause in 3, 2, 1. Let's hear it for the winner. Ma'am, what is your name? Ashley. Ashley. Yes, you were my caller. This is my caller. CJ's not here. We have a morning show every morning, and she called me and got a prize. Now, Ashley, who are you traveling with? Your daughter, Kaya, who's turning? 10. Who's turning 10? Yeah, the big 10. Now listen, I guess you're going to an excursion in Great Turkey. You're going to go on the Island Vibe Store and Beach Getaway. Congratulations. Give it up for Ashley, everybody.